Hello, Mac here, and today I'm talking about the biker business in GTA Online and how to become a biker, as well as how much money you can make from becoming a biker in GTA Online. So, we know that the biker DLC came out a few days ago, and I've been working on this video, and I've bought my own, MC Clubhouse, and I've been doing a lot of work and trying to figure out how to make as much money with this sort of biker DLC compared to the past sort of business DLC we saw in GTA Online, which was FInance Felony. And in this video, I'm going to be comparing the two. However, whenever FInance Felony came out, I did make a video on the CEO business and how to make money through that, and how much money you can make and how to make the most profit. So if you do want to go check out that video, because I will be going very fast in this video, so I can, basically get all these numbers and all this information into one video and compare the two. However, I would suggest go and check out that video if you are interested in the FInance Felony aspect, but that's up to you if you want to go check out that video. So, first off, how you can become a biker in GTA Online. Now, the only way to become a biker in GTA Online is to buy an MC Clubhouse. Now, the way you get here is you just go to the websites, you just go to the internet, and you go to the Maze Bank foreclosure website, which is under the Money and Services tab. So you just go there, and you will be able to basically buy a MC Clubhouse. Now, they range from anywhere from 200,000 to 500,000, or nearly 500,000, and there are 12 to choose from. There are 2 in Paleto Bay, I think 3 in Sandy Shores, and then I think the rest are in Los Santos. So they're pretty spread out, which is all pretty nice. And I bought one that was in Sandy Shores, and that was like 200 something thousand, but the ones in Los Santos will cost more. Now, I would strongly dissuade anybody from going too high up into like Paleto Bay. I mean, if you like the Paleto Bay area, cool, that's fine. But for actual money, and if you're going to be going to that area a lot of the time, I'd suggest honestly get one in the Los Santos area. It will cost you more, but really it's better because you will be going back to your MC Clubhouse more, or just as much as your office in GTA Online. So if you want to buy one that's near your office, if you already have one, go do that. If it's near all your apartment, if you don't have anything up there in Sandy Shores or Paleto Bay and you never go up there, you probably don't want to buy one if it's just for pure profit. Now, if you want one for role-playing or anything like that, this video is probably not for you anyways. But, you can buy one up there. I did it myself, but I kind of regret it a little bit because it takes so long to get up there now. So whenever you are buying these, you can customize them. I believe there's 2 different interiors, one for the Los Santos area, and then one for the, Blaine County area. And the cosmetics are not necessary. They're really just cosmetics. If you spend a lot of time in your clubhouse, go for them. You can change your crew emblem, you can change some of the wall painting, some of the interior designs and stuff. But for me, I didn't spend too much on it, because, it's all cosmetics. There's also a few features like the weapon locker. However, this is completely useless if you already have it in your office. Now, whenever I bought mine, it took away my weapon, custom loadout from my office whenever I bought my clubhouse and became a biker. However, it seems to be fixed now. So I think once you go back to your office, reset, your weapons and all that, you'll be fine. So you don't have to worry about that. You can just completely use your weapon locker from your office. You shouldn't have a problem there. There's also another thing that you can buy for $500,000 that I strongly suggest not buying. I bought it myself, which is kind of a mistake in my opinion, but that is the personal mechanic. If you do not use bikes in GTA Online, or, even if you have your MC Clubhouse, which most of them are near, mechanic, Los Santos Customs and stuff, what you can do is you can take any of the new bikes, or really any bike in general, and just customize it from within your place. But why I bought it is I thought there was going to be special customization, but there's not. You can take any bike from the new DLC and just put it into the Los Santos Customs anywhere, and you're fine. Now, whenever you buy the MC Clubhouse, you will unlock new missions. Now, you unlock both missions and challenges from within your interaction menu. If you're used to the VIP or CEO system, you're completely used to that. These missions and challenges aren't that great, though. A lot of them are PvP as opposed to PvE, where, you do have to go interact with other players and kill other players and stuff like that. However, they do give you kind of good money, but really, overall, they're not that great of money. One of them, in my opinion, which is called Stand Your Ground, which is fun. It's a lot of fun. I was playing it with like a squad of people, and we were all communicating, and it was a lot of fun. And for that mission, you have to hold one location, much like piracy prevention. You have to hold one location from enemies capturing it, but you have to do it for 20 minutes, and you get the same amount of money that you get from piracy prevention. You get $30,000, whereas piracy prevention is much easier. If you have a yacht, you have to have a yacht to do that mission, but still, it's much easier. As well as in piracy prevention, you only have to hold it for 10 minutes. In Stand Your Ground, you have to hold it for 20 minutes. It's a terrible mission, in my opinion, for money. It's a lot of fun, but you're also going to be spending a lot more money on ammo because it takes a lot longer. So just keep that in mind. A lot of the missions I don't think are that great. However, the actual missions that you do want to go look at is the contract. Now, in your planning room, in your clubhouse, there will be these sort of contracts on the wall, and these can be played in solo sessions or, public sessions, whatever you want. And they pay quite well. Anywhere from about 16,000 to 30,000 I've seen, maybe even more than 30,000 sometimes. And these can be any type of mission. They can be, go here and, rescue these guys, or, take this guy out from custody or whatever. And some of them are go kill these guys and destroy their base or whatever. There's a lot of different missions, and some of them are quite good, but some of the missions in your action menu and your challenges are not that great. And if you play bikers solo and you don't have other players in your biker gang, you're probably not going to want to do the actual missions, which is kind of the shame. Whereas, with CEO work and stuff, you can really solo do a lot of that, in my opinion. It's not that difficult, and a lot of it is more PvE oriented rather than PvP. So as for the biker business itself, for how you can get your warehouses and you can have them make cocaine, or make counterfeit money, or weed, or whatever, what you're gonna have to do to that is to buy a warehouse. Now, they will tell you how to buy a warehouse. You just go into your clubhouse and it will tell you how to do it. Here's a laptop that you can go onto, and the cheapest warehouse in GT Online is $650,000, which is quite a bit of money, honestly. And the most expensive warehouse in GT Online goes $1,852,000. So that's a lot of money. Now, one good thing about this is that you can own more than one warehouse. However, you can only own one of each type. So if you can't have, two cocaine lockups. You have to have one cocaine lockup, then you have to have, say, a counterfeit cash. And you have to go through all of that and, document forgery office and all that. So you can have a total of 5. Now, one good thing to keep in mind is that if you buy a more expensive version of, let's say, the cocaine lockup, the cheapest one is $975,000. That is the best one. If you buy any one expensive than that, I think there's about 4 or 5 that are, for each class. Those do not give you anything better, aside from in a better location, maybe. But, from actual profit standpoint, every single, cocaine lockup, they all give the same amount of money. Every single document forgery office gives the same amount of money, even if you spend more. However, the actual, cocaine lockup, or the actual document forgery office, or, the actual methamphetamine lab, all these do pay different. Now, the best one you do want to buy is, it seems to be the cocaine lockup. The cocaine lockup does seem to cost the most overall, but it seems to be the best. So I'd say buy that. I bought the counterfeit cash factory because I didn't think that there was a change whenever I bought mine, but there is actually a change, and there is a completely best one. And so whenever you buy one, there is a tutorial. You have to basically get some supplies, and once you do that, your business is up and running. And basically how you get a business is actually quite simple. How you get profit is basically you just have to keep your place stocked. You'll have staff that'll work on everything for you. So basically there's a product bar that'll take a few hours to fill, and you don't have to do anything for this to fill. You basically just have to be in a GT Online session. Any GT Online session works, so you just have to be in GT Online, and after that time limit's up, then you'll be able to sell it for the most money. You can't sell it while it is filling up. So let's say it's 2 bars, it's 5 bars max, but let's say it's only at 2 bars, you can't sell that. But I'd suggest just, get it completely max. And the only thing that you have to do to make sure that this business is still running is to, 1, keep it supplied. So you're going to have to either buy supplies, which will be about $75,000, I believe, in all of them. And I'll buy for $75,000, and that'll fill it up all the way. Now, I suggest do not do this. Do not buy supplies. Just steal them. Now, the best way to steal them is to steal them with a lot more people in your biker gang. If you have only one person in your biker gang, it's going to take a few times. I think it'll only give you 1 bar depending on how many people are in your gang. So I was doing one with, I think I had 6 people in my gang, and there was 6 different supplies that we had to bring back. I did it in a public session by myself where nobody was in my session, and I only got 1 supplies. So keep that in mind. You're going to want to do it with lots of people in GTA Online. So keep that in mind. And then the other thing that you have to keep in mind is about police and other gangs I think can also raid you. And this you have to keep in mind, because if you fail this mission, and I only had this mission happen once, it was basically right before I tried to sell my stuff. There was a few police and undercover cops that tried to take me out, and they just went to my warehouse, and it wasn't too difficult. There's only 10 of them, and I had to take a van, and I had a few bikers as well with me, so it wasn't that difficult, and I had a lot of help with it, so it wasn't that difficult. But still, however, if you do fail this mission and you just completely fail it, you will lose pretty much your entire business. You'll have to do a tutorial again. I think it will lose your staff. I do think your entire product and your supplies will be shut down. You'll have to get your staff back and stuff, which is kind of a problem. One thing to prevent this is to get an upgrade. Now, there is a security upgrade, and these will range from anywhere from about $200,000 to $500,000. It depends on which business you're actually doing. So let's say document forgery office, which basically is the cheapest in the game. That will only cost you $285,000. But the cocaine lockup, which is the most expensive, will cost you $570,000. Also, there are 2 other upgrades. There's equipment upgrade, which basically speeds up your production, and that'll cost about the same amount of money as with the actual warehouse. So to me, I'd rather spend that money on another warehouse than just upgrade my one warehouse. Maybe that's just me, but I'd rather buy another one instead. There's also the staff upgrade, which that'll cost anywhere from $200,000 to about $400,000, and that'll basically just give you more staff and speed up your staff, which is kind of nice, and that'll just speed up your production. So let's get into the actual profit that you can make from these warehouses and stuff. And pretty much all this information comes from a Reddit post, and I'll have a link in the description. It's a Reddit post on the GTA Online subreddit, and basically he went through all the work and all the trouble to actually put this information out there. So I want to give a huge shout out to him. And this is the max amount of money that you can get from one warehouse sell, and that is from the cocaine lockup. Now I'm just going to be talking about if you have everything upgraded, which equipment upgrade plus staff upgrade, and I'm not going to be talking about the security upgrade in here because that doesn't actually speed up your production, but you probably do want to get that as well. But if you get the equipment upgrade plus the staff upgrade plus the actual cocaine lockup itself, will cost you $2.3 million, which is insane to think about. So just keep that in mind. To have it fully upgraded will cost you $2.3 million. So pretty much what you'll be getting is one stack of $28,000 every 30 minutes with equipment and staff upgrades. So this means that in 5 hours in GTA Online, this is with the full upgrades and everything, with 5 hours you will be able to have full product. Now you can actually sell this for $280,000 in your county or $420,000 out of your county. I would suggest get the money out of your county. And what this means is basically if you're in Los Santos, you will have to drive up to Blaine County to sell it if you go with the $420,000 county. If you sell out of your county, it'll have a 1.5 times multiplier on it. So keep that in mind. And overall, that's pretty good. But that's if you spend $2.3 million on your thing. So it's actually going to take you a number of days, maybe even weeks, to get your money back. The sort of good thing about this is that you can do this while doing other things in GTA Online. This is basically hands off. All you have to do is make sure that it's supplied and you're good. Which is good compared to the CEO business, which takes a lot more effort. So as for the actual CEO buying and selling businesses, these will actually give you a lot more money in GTA Online. And like I said earlier, I do have a video on that. If you are interested in each and every profit, sort of how to make the most money, then check out that video. But the quick rundown is that a large warehouse in GTA Online, which will hold 111 crates, goes from anywhere from $2 to $3 million. So, that's quite good. And if you have that maxed out, it'll sell for $2.2 million. So you're basically going to get your money back from one selling. Now, the thing to keep in mind is that this is the actual total amount you're going to sell for, not the actual profit. Whenever you do a buy and sell mission, each and every time you buy a crate, it'll cost you a bit of money. Now, each crate will sell for $10,000 though, and so you are going to be making a bit of profit. But I believe if you buy one crate in GT Online each and every time, so you buy one crate, which will take you 111 times, not counting every time you fail, but if you do that, it will take you 111 times, which is going to take you a lot longer, but you'll be getting a profit of $8,000 per crate, which is quite well. That's quite good. You're only going to be losing $2,000 per crate. But let's say the fastest way and to make the most amount of money overall is to buy 3 crates each run. Now, if you have a large warehouse with 3 crates each run, will take you 37 runs to fill up. So you're going to have to buy, 3 crates 37 times and bring those back 37 times. Now, let's say it took you 10 minutes each time, which, it may take you more, may take you less, depends on how good you are. If you do 10 minutes for each 3 crates that you'd bring back, it'll take you about 6 hours to fill up, which is quite a large amount. 6 hours does take a lot of time, but compared to the 5 hours that you have to wait for the cocaine lockup, so for actual time that you invest, it's about the same. 5 hours for $420,000, whereas with the actual CEO business, you can do 6 hours for $1,554,000. Now, that's not counting money you spend on ammo and all that and vehicle transports, because that will cost you more. But even then, if everything goes right with your large warehouse, it'll give you over 3 times the amount of money that you're going to be getting from one selling from your actual biker warehouse, your cocaine lockup. So what I'd say is do the actual CEO business. It still gives you a lot more money. Now, what's good and what's to keep in mind is both of these in tandem does give you even more amount of money, because you can actually have your biker business, working on your product, and as long as you keep it supplied, you can also do your CEO business and, get crates and do missions for your CEO while you're working on your biker business. However, if there's a one time and you only want to do one, you want to do a biker or do you want to do a CEO business, I'd say do the CEO business. Now, if you want to be hands off and you just want your actual AI workers to do everything, mostly everything, you just have to keep sure that it's supplied and make sure that it's safe. If you want to be hands off, for the most part, go with the biker business. However, if you want to be more hands on and you want to be getting more money because you are more hands on, go with the CEO business. They're about the same amount of money. CEO business probably costs more, but you're also going to be making a lot more profit. So I'd say go with the CEO business. However, for me personally, I like the biker business a little bit more, because while you are hands off, it's a lot better. It's a lot, easier in my opinion. It's also just a lot more fun in my opinion. Maybe it's just me, maybe some people still like the CEO business and stuff, but I don't do the CEO buy and sell stuff anymore because it's really repetitive. It really is. It's pretty much each and every mission's the exact same. You go here, steal this item, bring it back. Whereas with the biker mission, sure, for each of the supplying missions is basically go here, do this and bring it back. But I feel like, with the biker business, you're doing that less, and it makes it a little bit more fun. You can also have 8 people in your biker business, which is a lot more fun than the 4 of CEOs. So keep that in mind. It depends on what you want. From a pure profit standpoint, though, becoming a CEO is much more lucrative than becoming a biker. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I know it's a long video, and I do severely suggest, if you are interested in becoming a CEO in GT Online, go check out my first video on this. Also, I haven't mentioned before, you also get a lot better missions like, piracy prevention if you have a yacht, of course. You also get executive search and, a lot of other missions and stuff that can give you about the same amount of money that biker work does for, a lot easier. You also get a lot of cool abilities, like being able to call a buzzard anywhere you are, especially if you have one already in your Pegasus list. You can get it for free, which is one of my favorite features about being a CEO. And there's a lot of other features and stuff like that. So it depends on what you want. Do you want to be hands off? Go with the bikers. If you want to be more hands on and making a lot more money, go with the CEO business. But overall, it's up to you. But hopefully this video helped you out. Let me know in the comments which one you like more, or do you just do both of them in tandem? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hope you enjoy feedback. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.